What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee, tapping back in with another one, man. Got a quick news video for y'all, some sports talk, little NFL boxing and all that. Make sure to hit the comments, tap in, let's talk. Shout out to all my fellow Bills fans, but it's a sad day. Or this is not, didn't just happen today, but it's a sad moment. I'm kind of reflecting on, I haven't been making as much football content during this off season, but Jerry Hughes, who was the longest tenured player with the Bills, with the team, damn near a decade, he's moved on. He signed with the Houston Texans. I guess this moment is probably very bittersweet for him as well, because he is from Texas, Sugarland, Texas. I'm not sure if that's quite near Houston or not, but he played college football with TCU, had an amazing career, and over the past few years with the Bills, things had kind of slowed down for Jerry. I mean, he was still out there giving it his all, but he wasn't putting up the numbers he was as far as with sacks and stuff like that. But it's just kind of wild. He was with us through some very rough times, all the way up to just now with the team things turning around and everything. Most people agree we're right on the verge of a Super Bowl ring, a Super Bowl championship, and now looks like he is going to finish his career elsewhere. So that kind of sucks, you know what I mean? Like, I always get, when I'm talking football with my friends and stuff like that, people always trip on me like, yo, man, you get too attached to these players or whatever. Like when Fred Jackson got cut, I was sick, He was another guy that was here with the Bills, grinding it out, giving it his all, the heart and soul of the team. And then when Rex Ryan takes over the team, they cut him after they told him his spot on the team, his roster spot was not in jeopardy. And it was cool. He got to go reunite with Marshawn Lynch in Seattle and everything. But I hated to see it, And there's been a few other players like that when they were traded or cut or whatever happened, that I was just like, damn, man, hit right in the feels, Comment, fellow fans, do you ever feel like that when a beloved player of your team, even if you're not a Bills fan, you're a fan of another team, like someone goes elsewhere and it just kind of hurts, Probably kind of sounds a little crazy to some of y'all out there, but it is what it is. On rare occasions, sometimes the players make their way back and have a second stint with the team and everything. But I mean, that definitely isn't happening with Hughes. He's definitely at the tail end of his career. But one thing I will say, as everyone is, posting, thank you, Jerry, best of the luck, with your future. And everyone seemed to call this, like that this was going to happen as Jerry was past his prime, and we brought in Von Miller and everything as a edge rusher. But one thing you could say about Jerry Hughes with the Bills that comes up in this discussion is what a great win as far as with a trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see player for player trades that much. But back in 2013, E.J. Manuel's rookie year, which ended up being a crazy season, Manuel got hurt on that, Thursday night game against the Browns or whatever, blew his knee out. And, people tell me I'm crazy all the time. I thought Manuel really had potential. I thought he was progressing pretty well up to that point. Not like the team had been doing amazing, but we were pretty much in every ball game. But then when he came back, he didn't really run anymore. I don't know. He just didn't seem the same. And there was reportedly a lot of clashes with coaching and everything. That's a whole nother story. Everyone seems the way his career just kind of fizzled out. Rode the bench for the Raiders for a while, and it's a wrap for him. But at this time, the Bills were looking somewhat decent, and we were trying to start like a new regime and everything. And out of nowhere, there's just this announcement that we traded Kelvin Shepard, who I think was a middle linebacker for us. He was like, he's okay. He hadn't really been making an impact like that out there, but we trade for Jerry Hughes. And I'm like, wait, I remember this dude from TCU. He was putting up crazy numbers with sacks and everything like that. And the Colts, picked him in the first round, but it just seemed that they had him labeled as a complete bust, like they were ready to just move on. He's a bust. He ain't going to do ish in the NFL. Let's trade him. And the Bills, hopped right on that, made that trade, and Jerry had an immediate impact in his first season with the Bills, 10 sacks. Then in his second season, you guys remember that was the Kyle Orton year, right before a week before the regular season kicked off. They cut Toole and Thad Lewis and signed Kyle Orton. And after 3-4 games, they were benching E.J. Manuel, and we ended up going on to be 9-7, just missing the playoffs. But that year was insane, Jerry had 9.5 sacks. Marcel Darius had 10. That's a lot, at interior line. Mario Williams had his best season with Buffalo with 14.5, and Kyle Williams had like 5.5. So it was just crazy, that front four was really bringing the pressure. Now, obviously, like I said, we went on to miss the playoffs and everything. But what a crazy year that was. What an exciting defense that was. Was that the year we broke like the sack record? Or I can't remember. But again, just what a win with the trade. We definitely came out on top on that deal. Big time, Jumping way ahead, that heartbreaking playoff loss we had against the Houston Texans in overtime. Jerry Hughes had like 3 sacks, this guy was an exciting player. But again, like I said, 2020, he had a pretty good year. But last year, I don't want to say he was non-existent, but just seemed he had kind of lost a step. He wasn't the same guy. And I don't know, it's just, I hate to see a veteran that had been through with the team through thick and thin, and here we are now. We're going to get that ring, and he's going to be elsewhere. I don't know. It is what it is, though. So all the Bills fans, comment with your thoughts on Jerry Hughes. Your favorite memories, your favorite games that he had, all that. Let's discuss it all below. But at the same time, where I'm saying this sucks, and this guy's been with us forever, we are making that playoff push, and when it comes down to it, you got to have the most impactful guys out there on the field, or just having those roster spots. You can't be like, we really like you. We got a soft spot, you're sentimental-ish or whatever. Nah, best players for the job. And that's basically what it is. So I just kind of wanted to think out loud a little bit about this. Again, I haven't made many NFL videos, or very many NFL videos or Bills videos since the season ended. Maybe a couple here and there. But to all my Bills fans, football fans, join the discussion in the comments. Let's talk. And everyone else too, comment with your thoughts on different stuff going on around the league. The moves that your teams have made in the off season, what your thoughts are. We found out too that the Bills, we start off the season, that Thursday night game, as everyone knows, it's tradition. The Super Bowl champions play the first game of the season on Thursday night. So, the Bills, we get a nice test to see like where we're at right away. We're playing the defending champs. And then week 2, we also have a primetime game, I believe a Monday night game. So we're starting off with back-to-back primetime games. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's very exciting. So comment and let me know if you're turned the fuck up for all that as well. I think, what do we play, like 4 or 5 primetime games throughout the season? I saw, a lot of discussions going on online where a lot of players or a lot of fans were saying, man, I don't really like when we play on primetime. Oh, I know we play on Thanksgiving again as well this season. So that's pretty lit. I love, we play the Lions. I love Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like getting together with your loved ones or your family or whatever, eating that good ass food. You know what I'm saying? Like overeating to the point, it hurts when you sit down on the couch, maybe having a few nice beverages, a couple brewskis, or maybe pouring up a strong drink and just lounging on the couch and watching that holiday football, that's the best, you know. I know I loved last season when we whooped on the New Orleans Saints on Thanksgiving Day. That was outstanding. And of course, we can't forget a few seasons back. That season that I was just talking about ended with that heartbreaking overtime loss against the Texans, where we got flocked on that fumbled kickoff, is what you would call it. That guy didn't take a knee. Carter, he didn't take a knee. That was some BS. They played us. Overturned the call because common sense says he meant to take a knee. Come on, man. I got a video up on that. I'm not going to dive all the way back into us, but they played us on that one. But hey, we still lost the game. It is what it is, you know. But that Thanksgiving game against the Cowboys, Josh Allen was on one, right? Went crazy out there, and it was cool to see Cole Beasley getting... Didn't they hoist him up on his shoulders? Like, we went out there and just dismantled the Dallas Cowboys. That's always great with beating them, you know. But that was like extra special, and to do it on a prime time and everything like that, that was extra lit, you know. So comment what your thoughts about all that, you know. But a lot of fans I saw saying, yeah, like primetime games make me nervous. I feel like we don't play as well, or I don't know, you know, like we're a good team. We're getting some shine. Everyone recognizes it. The league recognizes it. So we're going to continue to get these primetime games. That's a good sign, you know. Like, we know we're a good team. Everyone does. But I'm just saying the fact of the NFL saying we got to get the Bills out there on primetime. That's a big deal. Now, in other news, how about this? You guys see this footage playing? Frank Gore makes his pro boxing debut with what they're referring to as a highlight reel type knockout, a 1-2, put him to sleep in the 4th round. Man, Frankie was looking nice out there. Now, I didn't even know this was happening. Somehow I missed this, that Frank Gore was deciding to keep pushing on with his career in athletics and moving into the world of boxing. I love watching boxing and all that, but as I always put out there, guys, same thing with the UFC. I mean, I'd like to feel like I know a little bit more about boxing than UFC, but I'm not really sure, you know, how good this guy is he boxed against, or, you know, like, it's a pro fight, but I just don't know, like, looking at it from like a skill type deal or whatever. Like, was this guy a for real fighter? I didn't look too much into it. I just saw the knockout and said, how about that? The most shady Frankie baby out there, putting fools to sleep in the boxing room, in the boxing ring. That's pretty cool. I say it all the time, man. When Frank Gore was with us with the Bills, I didn't want to see him move on, right? He was still marching up the all-time rusher list. It was pretty cool. Like, the way in a lot of the games, it felt like, you know, they were keeping Singletary kind of fresh, like letting Gore get a lot of carries. I don't know. I loved it. I love to see him out there. He's a hell of a running back. I could have seen another year of Frank Gore in Buffalo. You know, he went on to the Jets and almost retired winless. I remember that. You know, what did the Jets win? 1 game that year? And I was seeing, it was hitting the news that Frank Gore was talking to the media like, hey, it is what it is, but I don't want to end my career going 0-16, or come on. But hey, this guy's a warrior. Pretty interesting. Hopefully he gets back in the ring pretty soon, you know. This is pretty cool. So comment if you guys knew about this. Again, I had not heard anything about this. I guess he did announce it a while ago, but way to start it out with a knockout. But that's going to conclude this video. Thanks again, guys. Again, comment. Let's talk about Jerry Hughes, the primetime games, the Thanksgiving game, and Frank Gore making his debut in the world of boxing. Let's discuss it all below. New viewers out there, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned. More content coming. It's Jay Coffee talking music, news, sports, and more. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.